Hey guys, Blair says brings another video, and this one's going to be a Monster Hunter Wilds title update 4. So essentially, I just wanted to revisit the Dark Knight build. So essentially, we're going to be using 4 pieces Bell, and then we're going to be running something else that basically works really well with it. So let me just go ahead and show you guys what I have in terms of skills. So we have critical boost as always. We have focus for the greatsword. We're getting the handicraft as an extra level from the focus jewel that we have. We're getting that level of mindsight from the random talisman that we have, but yeah, you don't really need a random talisman. You can just use the exploiter charm for the 2 levels of weakness exploit. We have maxed out resentment, of course, because we want that to activate the bonus from the Bell armor as well as the new ultra pieces that we have. So we have maxed out weakness exploit, of course, for 50% affinity when we're hitting weak spots in the wounds, and then we have maxed out counter strike, because we're going to be using shoulder tackle as well as the rock steady mantle on this build. And then we have maximum might for the 30% extra affinity. And then in terms of defensive abilities, we have a divine blessing as well as a stun resistance. And then for utility, we have speed eating. Then we have 2 leftovers, constitution as well as a level of latent power. So the latent power doesn't really matter, but it comes, as a really nice bonus, for a leftover ability. And then as you guys can see, we have 4 pieces of Solved Dark Knight, which is granting us the Blackest Night. And then we have the 2 pieces Bad Blood, Ultra, and then we have, of course, Lord Souls for having 3 pieces of, the Art Temper bonuses. Let me just go ahead and show you guys what I got in terms of the pieces, of course. As you can already, figure, we already have 3 pieces of Veil, as well as we have the extra level of Soul of the Dark Knight here in the sword, as well as the Lord Soul, which is completing the 2 pieces of the Arc Temper bonus. So we have what I show you, and this is the random talisman. So you guys can see it's nothing crazy. I got it just to get the extra level of mindsight, but you can do it with the exploiter charm. You don't need an RNG talisman in this build at all, which is good because the sword is already very RNG heavy because you need both bonuses, right? So that's the way that I have the sword slotted. As you guys can see, the extra level of handicraft is coming from the focus jewel. And then in terms of the attack, I have the latent power active on the settings just to show you guys what this build is capable of. So as you guys can see, the raw attack is 305. That's before any buffing items. So we're going to go ahead and show you the decorations, and then we're going to buff because we're going to try to hit the dummy and see how things are looking like, right? So as you guys can see, those are my decorations. And then as I told you, we already took a hit. So as you guys can see, I have a little bit of ship leftover health, as I took a hit from the dummy. So let me just go ahead and buff myself. Also, of course, we're getting the special ability, the Blackest Night. So we're going to be using that as well in the showcase. So let me just go ahead and buff my my character, just so that we can take a look at what starts, like how stats are looking like. And then let's just use the adamant pill as well as the my pill, and then those are the stats now. So you guys can see we have 347 raw attack as well as 613 defense. Some of my equipment, by the way, is not like transcended. I think is the gloves. Yeah, the gloves are not transcended. I'll go ahead and do that. So definitely you should be around like 6, like 50 around there. But let's just go ahead and hit the dummy really quick and let's see what we can get, right? So let's start with the basics. That's the first attack. That is crazy. Like that's already over 1,000 in terms of damage. We didn't crit there. Let's go ahead and keep going. So you guys can see it's hitting like a damn truck.